angle.
Users demand Twitter ban Donald Trump. Their response has people speechless. Social media has become a controversial subject. Ever since the 2016 election, these online platforms have come under fire. Liberals blame them for Donald Trump's success, and conservatives claim social networks are censoring their content. Many people demand that sites like Twitter, used heavily by President Trump, ban the commander-in-chief. However, Twitter finally made a decision, and you won't believe it. Many consider Twitter to be hostile toward conservatives. Despite this, many conservatives continue to use the site. Some users, regarded as alt-right or far-right, have been banned over their content. Meanwhile, extreme liberal views, some outright racist, have not faced the same kind of punishment. It has marred the social network's reputation, as many continue to drop the service. One of the few bright spots for the site is the presence of Donald Trump. Love him or hate him, people eagerly read his tweets. Supporters rally behind his bold, unapologetic statements. He has taken down arrogant journalists, smashed political rivals, and even intimidated rocket man Kim Jong-un. However, liberals melt down every time Donald pressed the tweet button. Snowflakes have demanded that the social network shut down Donald Trump's account for good. They claim that he is violating the website's terms of service, despite not finding solid proof that he does. Increased pressure from unhinged liberals continues to burden the embattled social network. Finally, Twitter made a decision. They announced they will not block world leaders, nor will they delete their messages, no matter how angry the left gets. That includes the president. Twitter says it has no plans to block world leaders from its social media site or delete any of their controversial posts because any such action would hide important information from people and likely not silence them. Twitter is here to serve and help advance the global, public conversation. The company, which has an estimated 330 million active users, said in a blog post Friday. Elected world leaders play a critical role in that conversation because of their outsized impact on our society. Twitter's comments come after a swell of outrage seemingly center on President Trump, who has used the so-called microblogging medium to effectively sidestep the mainstream media to get out his messages. Source: Fox News. It's not a surprise why the liberal media wants Trump banned. He's able to reach millions of people directly, thanks to the social network. He doesn't have to rely on the fake news industry, allowing them to twist his statements or comments. People aren't paying attention to the White House press pool anymore. They wait for Trump to tweet. This reality humiliates the mainstream media. Good. They have abused their power for decades. Media outlets are incredibly biased. It has reached a point where we cannot even believe a single report from once respected places like New York Times, CNN, or the Washington Post. Their agenda to destroy President Trump makes them a laughingstock among average Americans. Trump knows he will never get an honest report from many of these outlets. So, he uses Twitter to spread his comments, ideas, and intentions. Because there is no filter on social media, he can be as explosive and bold as he wants. There is zero trace of political correctness in his tweets. That's why Americans love him. And that's why liberal wimps fear him. Some people claim that Trump has violated Twitter's increasingly strict rules. Often, these people are twisting Trump's words to mean something other than his intent, but Twitter knows they can't ban the President of the United States. The social media giant recently updated its unlawful conduct or harassment policy, saying such posts will result in users being banned. We review tweets by leaders within the political context that defines them, and enforce our rules accordingly. No one person's account drives Twitter's growth, or influences these decisions, the company said in the post. We are working to make Twitter the best place to see and freely discuss everything that matters. Source: Fox News. Regardless of what Twitter claims, They know they'd be dead if it weren't for Trump. If they were to ban him, millions of users would abandon ship. So many people are on the failing platform, thanks to his tweets. Not in a million years would they destroy themselves by blocking the president. The only people with a problem are those too gutless to read comments they don't agree with. These are the same people who flee to safe spaces when their feelings are hurt. People like that don't do so good in the real world. They might be better off avoiding the internet altogether.